So I'm going to draw this small teddy bear. It's a still life, a toy, so it's a subject that's a bit different from what we've been used to see, but it's really very interesting to draw in charcoal. I'm going to start by doing a rough sketch of the shape, and then little by little I'm going to try to recreate the teddy bear, giving him volume, texture, and trying to capture what he represents with charcoal. So I'm using Canson Mi-Teintes paper, which has a slightly coarse grain that will enable the charcoal to stick without any problems. I'm going to start with the sketch by sketching the outlines using a medium charcoal stick. Here I'm setting out the size of the head without going into detail. It's really a rough sketch that marks out the position and the main proportion. We mustn't press down too hard so that we can have the option of correcting the drawing if necessary. There, I've finished my quick sketch. Now I'm going to get on with the main aspects by starting to work on the shadow and light. Now I'm blending the dark areas a little bit, and using what's on the tip of my finger, I'm bringing a little bit of charcoal powder towards the light part, and I'm going back to the areas that I blended to make them clearer and a bit more precise. I'm accentuating the darkest shadows a little bit, and I'm going to use a charcoal pencil to sharpen the details. And so now I'm going to use my kneaded putty rubber, not as a correction tool, but for erasing, but more as a drawing tool. By lifting small areas like that way in the direction of the fur, and I'm going to be able to shape the texture more. With the blending stump, if we have really specific areas to blend, we can also go back to recreate a more precise outline, spreading the charcoal to tiny areas for which the fingers are too big. So now I'm going to add some highlights in white chalk to play on the three colors, the brown of the paper, the black and grey of the charcoal, and the white, which will bring in a lot of light. It also makes it possible to bring detail and lightness to the whole drawing. Now I'm going to set my teddy bear in a scene, in light, by creating a background. And for that I'm not going to use the tip of my charcoal, like I've just done, but instead use the side, which gives another texture that interacts with the grain of the paper. When we finish the drawing, we realize that charcoal is extremely fragile, and a charcoal drawing that's not protected is likely to disappear. So we can use a fixative. I use a fixative spray. There we are. If we haven't got any coloured paper, we can of course do our charcoal drawing on blank paper by blending a charcoal background and then drawing on the charcoal directly. We can create the volume in the drawing with the marks made by the rubber.